Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Diz Unplugged. This is episode 1207 for the week of February 14th, 2023. I am your host, insert name here. Just kidding. Craig wrote the script for me, and he left that out. So, I am your host this week, Rhino, and I am going to be joined alongside other people here. Panda.
Hello.
I was trying to think of a fun, cute name for you, but I couldn't. Erica. Sorry. I'm so sorry. That was a real big delay. The one and only Julie Martin.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
And Craig Williams in the back. So no mistakes today because Craig's here.
Oh, we'll wait and find out.
Look, you got a
No
little
sound,
me
no
on
sound,
your...
no sound. I'm joking.
Oh my God,
funny,
don't
Rhino.
even. I was like, you got a little me on your shoulder back there, so now you cursed yourself.
I know. I'll close that later. I'll close it later. Let's not worry.
Just blow him a little kissy for Valentine's Day.
It looks like the good angel, the bad angel. Where's the bad Rhino?
Yeah, right. Well, he is, so. We're just looking for a body, the two of us. Isn't that what Bodies is about? So I just want to remind everybody, this and everything that we do here at the Diz is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, but you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. I just also want to take a quick second, and then I'll stop talking about all this stuff, to remind people that if you are a Patreon supporter, we always, after the show, do our Patreon after show. It gets a little spicy over there. And that is open for anybody that's a Patreon supporter, patreon.com/DizUnplugged. And I do also want to remind people that there's an audio version of that after show as well. So if you're somebody who only listens, listen up, all those listeners. We have audio versions of that show as well. So we didn't want you to feel left out. So now that I have said that, I would like to take a moment and emotionally check in with everybody. Take a breath. Julie, as always, dressed to perfection over here.
I can't help myself. As you age, like I feel like I have to present myself like more, not like formally, I guess.
Jessica Rabbity. I was trying to think of a PG version.
I'm finding my own style finally, and so like I just pull things out of my closet. Like none of this is new. Like I'm trying to learn how to live in what I already have, mixing it up, and just I like this day. I told you.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted you to talk about.
Some people don't, and that's okay. So love yourself instead, and do little things to just support yourself.
Yes.
But if you do love this day, celebrate it, enjoy it, have fun, eat all the chocolate you want.
Yes, Mama.
Doesn't count
I
today.
say Valentine's Day, it doesn't have to be for a Valentine. It can be for anything. Your dog, your cats, yourself.
Yes.
It can just be about finding that little thing in life that you do love.
It's about
show,
love.
Whatever, I don't care.
Any love.
I watched Power Rangers last night. That's how I celebrated. I mean, that was the 13th,
Ooh,
so
that's
don't worry. I'll
nice.
watch more Power Rangers tonight. That's every night. Craig, how about you? You've been under the weather. How you feeling?
I am finally good. I, of course, had COVID last week and for a while there. So, yeah, I'm sorry that I missed out. And, no, like nothing major from it. I was mostly just like exhausted for an entire week with some moments of, definitely coughing a little bit and such. But I feel like I'm back to... I'm back to 100%, but like I still feel like I probably come off a little nasally. But then I was listening back to myself and recordings. I'm like, I'm always nasally. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I kind of have an annoying voice.
No.
I think we all feel that way.
You have a good voice. I just think that you are 8 days. I don't want to say 8 days out of the week, but you are my friend that is always saying he's not sick, but you always feel like is sick. You
know what?
just exhaust yourself quite a bit. That's all.
I do. I would say it's like mostly exhaustion all the time. But you know what? If I'm not constantly going, who's getting the job done?
Well, I was going to say you're not quite Macaulay Culkin and My Girl. That's your wife. But no, I love Kylie. But well, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. How are Kylie and the baby? Are they doing okay?
Doing fine.
They deal
3
with
months
you.
old today.
Oh, 3 months. Holy moly.
Kylie is.
Oh, my God. Good. You're dating like Leo. Wow. Just in time for the 25th anniversary of Titanic. Craig grabbed himself a young lady. Never let her go, Craig. How about you two over here on this side of the table? What's up in your
I'm good.
In your neighborhood.
your neighborhood,
I'm
your
good.
realm?
I've been at the theme park enough, and that's my therapy.
What are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
This is Park Candy's
It's cute. I like the ghost.
haunted
now I see her.
mansion
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Julie came dressed as the ghost, not the Haunted Mansion ghost, but she looked a lot like this one on the
Yes, the bride.
the boob area. Yeah. Yeah. Erica, you're oddly quiet.
Yeah, I'm okay. It's not like my most favorite day of the year. I'm not gonna get too emotional about it, but you know what? I'm hanging in there. I'm doing everything I need to do to be okay. I'm surrounded by-
Including giving us Valentines,
Yes,
y'all.
that was
How
very
sweet.
nice.
Very nice.
Who brought the donuts? It was nice
guy.
too. There were heart-shaped donuts, and I'm going to eat that little heart out after this. It's going to take a ride in this hot little mouth of mine. Sorry, I was watching. Superstore. Do you remember that episode where Sandra? They're trying to round up for charity, and Sandra is Jonah's like, you have to like kind of flirt a little bit, and she's like, he's like, Sandra, aren't these your favorite type of chips? And she's like, they are, and I'm jealous because they get to take a ride in that pretty little hot mouth of yours.
Oh my God.
She goes, nope, not like this. Jerry, Jonah made me seduce a man. Okay.
Is it the community little team that are like, treat yourself? Treat yourself
Is Parks and Rec.
Okay, never mind.
I
then.
100% agree
yes,
with that
Yes,
mentality.
so today that is the mentality everyone should have.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
To whatever.
Treat yourself 2023.
Even if it's to a nap. Panda's like, well, I want a nap.
This could happen.
All right.
Right now.
Enough about us. You're not here for us. You're probably already hating on us, and that's great. I love it. It feeds me, and it only makes me stronger. Like Nicole Kidman in the AMC ad, I will only become stronger the more people that hate on me. So, all right. Before we move into like news topics, I feel like some of us in this room have ridden the Tron Lightcycle Run, and I think we need to start off talking about that experience. So, I believe it was just me and you, Panda, though, right?
Yes.
You've ridden it multiple times at this point,
Twice.
though, yeah? Okay. I've just done it the one time, but for me, I feel like I did a video. It is on this channel if you're watching on the
great
Diz
video.
Unplugged, youtube.com/Diz Unplugged, and I tried to, in a like kind of frenetic somebody who was over caffeinated, even though I don't drink caffeine. I was just like so excited that I was like, I got to talk about everything that I can as quickly as I can in this weird dark alley over here. And so I did that, and I gave a lot of my like initial thoughts. And now I've had some time since it's passed, and I gotta say, I still do I really enjoy it. I think it's a great fit for Magic Kingdom. Especially Tomorrowland. I think it really. I wish they had the rest of the land would adopt some of this kind of neon light aesthetic. It doesn't have to be like Tron specific, but I don't know if you guys have driven down I-4, but when they were doing the remodel for the express lanes and stuff, I've noticed a lot of from like Maitland down this way, they've added a lot of these like light fixtures, these like
It lights up the road. It's really nice.
And it's very like the ambiance it creates is actually like surprisingly makes it seem deceivingly nicer in some of the areas that it is in, and you're like, what? By John Young Parkway? So sorry, John Young. But
I mean, the
Wait.
jail's there.
Do you mean the lights that kind of look like black lights a little bit?
yeah, they're like where they're like the supports that hold the road
Yes.
up, I guess, and the top parts. They're like kind of lit like now.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about then.
What
My
were you
bad.
thinking of?
He does not
I
pay
was thinking
attention when
about.
driving.
Do you know when you drive to Baldwin Park at night how
Yes.
the lamps are?
They're
Apparently,
like
that's a bad
purplish,
mistake,
right? Or like
Yes.
bluish, and I was like, this is throwing me for a loop right now. Like it messes up your eyes or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that new? Are those new types of lights?
No, they need to fix them.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
okay.
why I was like,
shouldn't
I
be
have
colored.
paid attention.
No, they're not. They're not like street lamps. They're like essentially the giant
Is it
pillars.
LED?
No, they're street lamps. It's
No.
just
The
Peltzer
ones you're talking about are not the ones I'm talking about. Are like these massive pillars. But
How
Yeah.
about Tron?
Tron. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, sidetrack. You give me a civic engineering project, and we'll talk about it for days. We won't. But no, I thought it was a great fit for that area. I kind of hope they add more lighting in that similar style around Tomorrowland, because I think it would give it like a little bit more of like a kinetic energy, like aesthetic when you're looking at it. That my time is up, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you. I yield my time. No, the ride is short, and I know a lot of people are like, it's very short, it's very short. It's not a 5-minute coaster. I don't know how long it is, but somebody tried to say it was like 40 seconds, and I was like, absolutely not. Everyone kept saying how short it was, to the point where like I actually thought it was longer than everybody made it out to be in terms of the shortness, but like it is brief, but I think it's also because it's so fun. My problem therein lies that I don't think it'll be worth a 2-hour wait, and it will always have a 2-hour wait. I think it's going to be just like Pandora, the Flight of Passage. I think that it's gonna be a situation like that for Magic Kingdom, where but I compared it in like tiers. So you have at the bottom, you've got like the kiddie coasters, you've got Goofy's Flight I cannot remember the name. Barnstormer. Is it even called that anymore?
Yes.
Yes.
And so it's Barnstormer, and then you have I would say the next one up over Barnstormer is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I would say this sits right above that and right below Space Mountain. But even then, I would put it right on par with Space Mountain, or maybe just a little bit over, just because of the ride vehicle. But in terms of that intensity, where it's can't be. It's like a family coaster that's for the tweens and above, because not everybody's going to be able to ride it, obviously, height requirements and things like that. But I thought it was very enjoyable. I liked the music. I honestly, I look forward to just sitting here and just watching that canopy light up.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh my God, yeah. I love a good light show. And then also right over there in the front, you can watch the fireworks. It looks awesome if you stand down by the entrance. I think the cast member, when I asked them, kind of misunderstood what I was asking, because I was like, I saw a clip online. I said that you can watch fireworks around here. What's the best view? And they were down by the entrance. But I was looking for the view where the fireworks, because if you're up by the entrance of the attraction, the canopy kind of has this it's two pillows on either side and a bridge over the middle. That middle part, during parts of the fireworks will be high enough that they're over that, and you can catch a really cool shot of the light cycles coming through while the fireworks are going off. So I was down in the front trying to catch it with the Tron with them and the fireworks, and I was like, God, have I become Corey Martin right now?
Yes, you have.
There's
Congratulations.
1,000 photos, and only one of them was even mediocre at best. So
But that's how it works.
Yeah.
Especially when you're looking for that split-second shot.
Oh, my God. And I'm not good with, when it's low light plus heavy motion, quick motion, because it makes it harder, because obviously things have to stand still. But I bet a really cool long exposure over there would look...
Very pretty.
Do you have any more thoughts? I know you shared them last week, right?
And I agree with you. It fits in so much better than Tron to me is I'm not into Tron, but when I saw it.
Did you watch the movie yet?
I did. I'm going to do what you said. I'm going to watch the second one without the first one.
Yeah, you don't need the first one.
The first one, I think I was probably 5 years old and fell asleep in the theater. But it looks great when you see Space Mountain and the Contemporary and that canopy. Then did you see the orange also? Because it was weird. They went from blue to orange.
Well,
Yeah,
it's Team Orange versus Team Blue.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
thought they were cool.
and it's different. It'll come on for different pieces of the.
I've only seen the blue.
music. So people ask this, and I don't feel like I really said it correctly in the video, but they asked about if it's the Daft Punk music, and Daft Punk did the whole score for the movie. So even the stuff that isn't the techno sort of electronic oriented music, is the score portion is still their music, and the area uses. The outside area with the lighting is using the score portion,
Yeah.
like the scene when Sam is being taken to I can't remember the older Flynn's name, but the dad when the guy's being taken to see Jeff Bridges and he's been rescued by Don't Worry, Darling. Oh my God, what is her name?
Olivia Wilde?
Olivia Wilde. I was going to say Olivia, and it didn't feel right, but that they're using music from that part, and there's another part toward the end, and the end credit kind of suite. That's all the outside stuff. So when you're in the ride, that's when you hear the electronic stuff. And I thought that division and usage of that for storytelling was really cool, just my perspective. But so also annual pass holders, check your email. Some emails went out. They're saying that the registration for AP Previews is Thursday, February 16th. I don't think there was a time announced yet. And does that also include the DVC?
That it does.
Okay, so DVC and APs are on the same time. Those usually happen fairly early in the morning, so I would pay close attention to that because it's going to be a hot item.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that hard to get into previews for it. I mean, Guardians wasn't very difficult at all, and there's a long time for previews because, again, Tron doesn't open up until April 4th officially, and then it's not science by any means, and no one's voting on our poll right now. But I asked who's showing up to Magic Kingdom just for Tron, coming specifically for that. And maybe people don't understand the question, but it's at 72% no way. So maybe Tron's not as enticing to other people as it is for some of our group. I don't know.
I mean, I do. I feel like I didn't say it in the video. The thing is, because I know in the comments of the video there was a lot of the comparing it to Hagrid's, and it's not really. Somebody else also, what I was chatting with, was saying that not really. Hagrid's would be like an easy rider. You sit back and you hold your arms up. And this is like a street bike. So when you go lock in, you lean forward. Like you have to lean forward to pull the bars down. But you also, because somebody said, oh, in the video, that guy's head is up. And like you are technically supposed to lean your head up. It says in the thing, keep your head up. Because I was like, how far down do I go? My belly. Like, you know, and like, and one lady in front of me was like laying down on it. And I was like, okay, that doesn't look comfortable. But the sitting up one is fine. I think they need some rubber bands though on the thing you're holding. It's a metal grip, but I squeezed it so tight it was
Your hands were slipping.
it hurt my hand. It was like digging into my hand like
But what if you have, like, I'm a person whose hands, when I hold something, they're going to sweat after a minute. So they would slide.
it's probably more sanitary, the metal, to be honest, but it's fine. It's fine. It's just
You need your bike gloves. Get you some
I
street bike
know.
gloves.
I should have gone in my suit and everything. There was no merchandise yet. If there is a shop, it's not open yet. There was a big tarp down over an area, which I assume is going to be a store that's going to be kind of separated in the same way that they built the Guardians gift shop at Epcot. If it's not there, then I'm guessing it'll be in the Space Mountain area because they're going to make bank on the merch. I'm sure.
but they for Guardians they didn't have any merch until grand opening day. So
Yeah. So that's the other part. So I'm excited for that. But you should know to mount your vehicle, you have to lift your leg and swing your leg over it.
Like you're getting on a horse.
Yeah. So people who have some like hip problems, that was something that I was kind of like, oh, I never really mounted this bike before. Like I it was just something to think about. And there's two
Can
test
you
seats
only
in front.
get on one way? Like, are you swinging your left leg or your right leg over?
Either one.
Either
Depending
one?
upon which
Oh,
side
okay.
you
Yeah,
have.
because it just depends. Because there's like little markings on the floor, like somebody goes around.
Because
So you're not
I'm worried
crawling
about
over
Corey.
it
It has to
I
be
know.
the other leg.
Yeah, so you just have to ask to switch with the person
Gotcha.
behind you if you have to. It's pretty clear like how you're going to have to get on it once you're sitting there. But there is also the accessibility vehicle, which is not on every train, but it was in one of the trains. I think I caught in the video. You can see it for a second, but I think Jackie might have added a photo of it to the site as well because I know I definitely got a photo outside of it. But that's what you wrote in, right?
Correct. I got on the vehicle. It was hard to get in. My ham hock thigh, my tree trunk thigh, wasn't going over the threshold. Whereas flight of passenger boarding it from the back is easy for me. The side to side, I wasn't. I didn't like it in front of people. Like
Yeah.
everybody's got to see. So I was like, nah. I did like the back seat was. People say there's a whole bunch of people mad that it's not accessible. It is. They gave you an option. The back seat is normal. Well, how can you complain about that?
All right. Well, I'm sure we're going to talk a ton more about it when it actually opens and hopefully get to experience that as annual pass holders that we all are as well, except for one of us. And maybe soon, Julie Martin.
It's Valentine's Day. You never know.
Hint, hint, Corey Martin out there.
no, he told me he said he's buying him and you the annual pass for the pixie dust one that's
your only
available
option
right now,
right
I
now.
believe.
Hold him to that, Craig.
Oh, I'm going to. If not, I'll just buy it for you. And then listen. Thanks, John Magi.
Dreams Unlimited Travel sponsors. Anyway, so we've got to talk about other news. We'll move out of the grid and into the Walt Disney Company Q1 2023 earnings webcast that happened last Wednesday, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about from that. So first and foremost, the Walt Disney Company revenue was up 8% from the same quarter last year. The biggest success stories of the quarter, including Avatar: The Way of Water, becoming the fourth biggest film of all time globally. Although I think actually since then, it might have bumped up to the third.
I think it's
Has it?
third.
But I know it's in a thing where Titanic passed one, like Titanic, because the re-release of Titanic happened on Friday, and they said that bumped up again. So it's somewhere. Anyway, that's fluctuating. It's a big deal.
I'll find out.
So, more Academy Award nominations than any other studio out there. 9 Golden Globes have been won, and Disney 100 kicked off at Disneyland, which we talked about as well. But so the first big news we're talking about here is the restructure of the Walt Disney Company. Disney is looking to reorganize so they're driven by creativity, rooted in accountability and coordination, and committed to efficiency. Sounds lovely. Therefore, there will be 3 core business units that are effective immediately. Alan Bergman, old Alan, and Dana Walden are managing Disney Entertainment, which is the company's full portfolio of entertainment media and content business globally, including Disney Plus and Hulu. Jimmy Pitaro is managing ESPN, including the networks, ESPN Plus, and International Sports Channel. And then old Josh D'Amaro, continues running Disney Parks Experiences and Products, focusing on theme parks, resort destinations, and cruise line, as well as Disney's consumer products, games, and publishing business. Along with the leadership structure reorganization, Disney is looking to implement cost reductions and streamlining to enhance productivity, working towards achieving both sustained growth and profitability in the direct-to-consumer business, improving guest experience at the parks by providing more value and flexibility, focusing on and investing in core brands and franchises, and leveraging platforms to reach larger audiences and optimizing the value of their content. For cost reductions, Disney is targeting a $5.5 billion in cost savings. They're hoping to do this through two ways. They're hoping to save approximately $3 billion on produced and licensed content spending, excluding sports, and $2.5 billion on SG&A, which I had to look up, means selling, general, and administrative, and other operating cost savings. So the cost savings for the latter is broken down to 15% marketing, 20% other, and the last 30% being labor, which leads us to this bad news. Iger announced the company will be cutting 7,000 jobs. Iger said, "While this is necessary to address the challenges we are facing today, I do not make this decision lightly. I have enormous respect and appreciation for the talent and dedication of our employees worldwide and mindful of the personal impact of these changes." I did read that this will most likely not come down to frontline cast members, which is something at the very least, I guess.
Yeah,
but it's still a large number of people.
It's a large number of people, but no, not frontline cast members. So that, I mean, most of them are hourly workers, and hourly workers are fine. They're not making enough money to have any impact. It's really once you get to that scary level where you have people who are making in the upper 5 figures and low 6 figures, where it's like, hey, can we just make one person do 2 of these jobs instead of just one? Or potentially in this case, can we just have one person doing these 5 or 6 jobs all instead of one? And yeah, it's sad. I don't believe I know anyone impacted by it yet, and I'm really hoping that I don't. So it's a tough position to be in. I know it's happening to every big company, that there's layoffs all over the board, but yeah, it's I don't know a lot of people who work for the other companies, whereas Disney, there's a lot of friends, so I hope it doesn't hit close to home in this case.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it very well, where it sucks for everybody. A lot of companies I've noticed are going through kind of some more restructuring and this stuff. Like I saw like Hasbro's laying off like thousands of people as well. Wow. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like it's that second wave. I don't know if second wave, what wave we're in, of like sort of that effects of like everybody pivoting during COVID and now having pivoted a new way again and all this sort of stuff. So I guess it's ever changing. So, I hope everybody lands on their feet. So we're going to hop back to where Iger said investing in popular franchises, like I said a moment ago. Oh, Bobby announced sequels are in the works for Zootopia, Toy Story, and Frozen. Frozen, I feel like, was inevitable, and I assumed more were coming. I think the only sort of shocker in this announcement was Toy Story 5, considering the way that garbage Toy Story 4 movie ended. And honestly, that pretty much like ruined it's like the end of How I Met Your Mother. I just can't watch How I Met Your Mother anymore. And that is I feel like Toy Story 4 was that for me, and I just pretend like there's nothing after Toy Story 3, because that is a masterpiece. But I am psyched that we finally have some movement on Zootopia after all these years. I mean, it is definitely easily one of my favorite Disney movies at this point.
Love Zootopia.
Oh yeah, I can never get enough. Somebody asked me, they're like, "What character? Who's your like favorite character? Who do you associate yourself most with as a character?" And I was like,
"You kiss me and I'll bite your face off."
I think Nick Wilde, and that's what I said. Where I was like,
no, the little friend that he has, that helps him with the popsicles and pretends to be his kid.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I'll bite your face off.
I could quote this movie all day.
I love it, and I'm excited, and I know some people think because of that they're going to be more like the Animal Kingdom retheme. They keep thinking it's going to be a Zootopia related thing. I don't know.
That would be fun though.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Frozen stuff.
Me too.
I don't know what direction they're going to take it in this time. If they're going to focus on like what else is doing now, or I don't know. So I'm excited
I want to
for
see
that.
some Kristoff and Anna babies.
Yes, me too. Yes,
I'm baby obsessed at the moment, thanks to Craig and Kylie.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Not for my own, other
and
people's.
for the second Zootopia. I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5. I'm like, Toy Story, you're done.
Who asked for this?
It's
Who
fine.
asked for
I
it?
seriously, like, I mean, I am not anti Toy Story 4, although I find it to be the creepiest of the Toy Stories because I do not
Gappy,
like
gappy.
ventriloquist dummies.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Never have,
Nightmares.
never will.
Nightmares.
I'd be okay if it was like a prequel, and then it was like backstory or like one of the other a different toy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, but Tim Allen confirmed he is Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 5, so I'm assuming that Buzz is at least in it. But is Woody going to be in it? We don't even
Like,
know.
I
Is
have
it just,
has to
it's
be.
just too
no,
many.
he's
I have to
gone,
look.
baby.
Oh no.
Did you
He's
not watch Toy
he's
Story
coming-
4?
Yeah, I did. But he's coming back.
He's off with his lady. He rode off into the sunset like a true cowboy,
If you
ditching
love
his
Marvel, they
friends.
bring you back. They
And the
bring him back.
character development of the entire franchise.
He's coming back.
Yeah, what if they like do a big flash ahead to like 50 years in the future to where
That-
the toys are
okay.
all falling apart and it's a post-apocalyptic world?
All the batteries have gone bad, and they're just trying to find new. Like they're like looking for canned goods.
They can't find batteries. That's the problem.
They're
It's-
all that's left. What if it takes place? What if it's like a Wall-E crossover, and it's they're living in that Wall-E
God.
time? So there's no people, there's no whatever. So it's about their survival
Hey,
there.
I don't care how it goes. I
Look at our Pixar.
I
cinematic
am
universe.
happy. I'm happy for Toy Story 5. I don't care about them continuing the franchise. It makes a lot of money for them, so who cares how many they make? As long as the quality maintains, and I am a person who does like Lightyear, so I'll include
love
that in there
Lightyear.
too.
I like Lightyear.
Yeah, as long as the quality continues, keep making whatever you want with these characters. It's a lot of fun. If we can have 900 Marvel movies, why not have 900 Pixar movies? And
Yes.
I'm all in
I
on
will
Frozen.
agree with that statement.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Julie.
I'll back you up
All
on
in
those.
on Frozen, Zootopia. Could care less.
Yeah, that's the shocker to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Knife to the
I
heart.
love Zootopia.
Your heart is frozen.
No, I'm not. I just don't like movies that preach to people in a way that's way too obvious. Have a little
it's
subtlety.
obvious for you, but not for the people who need it.
And they don't pick up on it. We talk about this every time.
Craig, it's for people to grow and have that representation rolling around in their head as they're getting older.
Sure,
it's the
Jane.
Power Ranger effect for me. It's
Since
the-
lots of little girls grow up with magical powers.
Yeah. Wait,
Sure.
what? What are you
You
doing?
were talking about representation in the movie. I'm like, yeah, because lots of little girls will grow up with magical powers.
Referencing who?
Anna and Elsa.
I don't like that movie. That's why I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry. I overhyped, especially the first one.
My
I like
eyes
them
are
all.
rolling.
And I love the little short one.
Oh yeah, I love them so much you don't know.
It's
his
about
name.
spring.
Yes, the
Oh, short, the
the
short.
adventure one, and
Yeah.
then there's the Christmas one they did with Olaf too.
Yeah,
I just like
but
the
it's the one
snowman.
where one of them's sick.
Is it the Frozen Ever After?
Yeah, maybe.
Frozen.
No,
It's,
that's the ride.
no. There's another one. Yeah. Anyway, I don't care. So another thing I don't really care about. Another investment thing made will be Avatar based, with Iger announcing a new Avatar experience coming to Disneyland, but no details were provided. This will not be a land. I cannot fathom where they would even put it. I don't even know that it'll be an attraction. I think it might be something where it's just like a show or something. I just like, where would they put it?
Yeah,
It better
I-
not go with the Avengers coaster.
Avatar
supposed
show?
To go. Well, something.
what are you gonna do? Paint people blue?
I
You
think
can't
it's gonna
have
be
naked
like
blue people running around
The
Disney.
Void. I think they're going to bring something like the Void back, and it would be like that.
I mean, a lot of people were posting the photos of the one like very animatronic, lifelike Banshee, and so
Oh, yeah.
what I could see from that is the waste of space of their carousel theater space. That
Oh, in Tomorrowland.
what is it even being used as right now? Is
It's
it even
still the
being
launch
used?
bay.
It's still launch
Yeah.
bay. Take that and put a Banshee in there where you can come up and meet it and take a photo with
yeah.
it,
Cool.
and just have that be like, because Tomorrowland, I mean, technically Avatar is in the realm of tomorrow, so that's a decent place, and you know their Tomorrowland will still be a complete mess, and nothing will change.
Listen,
So.
if you even want to keep the structure of that building and have the different, each floor be the different, like this is the Banshees, down here's the water people.
Yeah.
We'll make it like an aquarium and put them in. I haven't seen the new movie yet. I don't know.
water
So,
people.
it's popular. Clearly, people like it. Clearly, it's doing so well. So, it's not for me. But
I'm in the minority over here too.
I don't
I'm
even
not a
know.
fan.
I'm trying to force myself to go see the new one in the movie theater, knowing that I'll never watch it if it's not in the movie theater. But it's like, when do you find almost 4 hours of your time? Like, because
Yes,
previews and
right.
everything included, it's
So
just like,
good.
oh god.
It was so good.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so while we're talking about the parks and with Disneyland, we should mention that parks, experiences, and products revenue was up 21% to $8.7 billion this quarter from $7.2 billion of the same quarter last year, and operating income was up 25%. This was achieved despite purposefully, I don't know why I couldn't read that. I typed something weird in the middle. Purposely reducing capacity during select peak holiday periods by approximately 20% versus pre-pandemic levels in order to prioritize the guest experience. Disney Cruise Line was also a meaningful contributor, reflecting higher occupancy, and the Disney Wish generated positive operating income in its first full quarter of operations. Iger pointed out some of the pricing initiatives were alienating consumers, and the theme parks were perceived to not be accessible or affordable to many segments. The answer to this came back in January when Josh D'Amaro announced that they would be significantly increasing the number of days that Disneyland offers their lowest price one-day, one-park ticket at $104. Iger said the reaction on that step and others taken has been positive. Iger and Disney are also aware that when they increase capacity in the parks, they can grow the business inside of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on both coasts, along with Pandora, the World of Avatar as examples. Hopefully this means there'll be no shortage of new experiences in the parks in years to come. However, I was reading something that says that after Tron is officially opened, and then we have the Moana water experience at Epcot, there's nothing. We don't know about anything else. This is the first time in years that there hasn't been an actual thing to be like, here comes this thing. And with their track record of years late, it's like, we're not going to have something that actually opens
like 7 years.
That's new. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that, especially after we've had just years and years and years of development, you know? I mean, we will, but it won't be at Walt Disney World. It'll be at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida with Epic Universe. So there's like no, and I'm not one of those people that believes there's got to be a counter. Like, people are going to go to both. The only people that win in that situation are us. I think people are going to go to both, and it's going to bring more people here who will be like, well, now that there's also that Nintendo area and this stuff at Disney, I'll finally go travel again. You know, it's going to bring those type of people in. So I don't think it's necessarily like the scary monster. I think it's a thing where they kind of like, it supports Central Florida as a whole.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Not that what I said specifically, but this business.
I think it's a scary monster to Disney, and they got to wake up.
That's not what I said.
I
I
think
said,
it's-
what do you guys think about the thing about nothing in the pipeline? Does it make you feel weird?
I feel like there won't be any walls, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's what
thought the
I
same
immediately
thing,
went
I'm
honestly.
like,
I'm like,
if
ugh.
for so long you've had scrims and walls and all these things that you can't see, it's going to be nice for a change to remember many moons ago when there
Can't wait
weren't
to
walls.
remember what Epcot looked like.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad they're slowing it down, but
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm
Just
right
me.
there with you. I'm over the walls. I'm over it.
But we
Especially
still
when
have
we're
walls
small
all
people.
around.
I know,
we
I
can't see
can't
over these
see.
walls.
Oh, there's still walls all around Tiana's, and there's plenty of walls
That's
for
true.
you
We do
out
have
there.
That's
Tiana. You're
not
right. We do have
Epcot.
Tiana.
No, not at Epcot. There's not.
Yeah.
But there are walls.
Because you were
would still-
specifically talking about Epcot, weren't you?
No, I was just talking about
Oh,
in
okay.
general that
Yeah.
I said Moana was the next big one, but I was wrong because I forgot about Tiana obviously too. But Tiana's a little more.
It's also more out of the way. Like,
Yeah.
it's not in the middle
Yeah.
of the entrance.
Yeah.
You know?
isolated, but-
Listen, they need, because part of it too, I don't know if Rhino got to that part of the story because I'm dealing with a million things right now, but like they also have said with it too that they realize they have to add capacity to the parks.
Yeah, I said
So because of that, that means new things will be coming, whether it is the Disney's peek into the blue sky process that happened during D23 Expo or something else that we don't know about. They're going to invest in new rides that aren't necessarily just replacements, so that way they continue building onto the capacity that the parks can handle. But also with that too, it's going to be very, very intellectual property based, and hopefully it's just good ones.
Well, I think that's the name of the game moving forward. Is that I believe that very few. I think it'll be in this vein. I forget we talked about it last week or something like that. But I think it's going to be a vein where a lot of the stuff they bring in is going to be telling extended stories of the properties they're using, in the same way that like Tiana's is doing that. You know, and where it's kind of like a new adventure. So it's like something exclusive that you only get to see and experience when you go to the park and stuff like that.
It's not just a regurgitation of a movie or
Yeah,
a book
exactly.
or
Yeah, it won't be
anything
like
else you've seen before.
Even though we love those, because like in Disneyland, Pinocchio is a lot of fun to do at the end of the night, and Snow White, Scary Adventures. Like, I think I think we're going to get more of it being like, oh, it's that character we love. How are we going to see them in a new tale? I could be wrong too. I have no idea. But two more stories here. So we're not talking about old Bobby Iger just yet, because he sat down with CNBC the day after this webcast for something called Squawk on the Street, and made more news. Iger doubled down on his plan. That his plan is to stay for 2 years, just like his contract says, and that's his preference. In terms of the future of Hulu, Iger said Hulu is a very successful platform, but he wouldn't speculate on whether Disney would be a buyer or a seller of the other portion of Hulu. Nelson Peltz called in and announced he would end his proxy fight for a seat on the board after Iger announced the plans for the restructure, saying this was a great win for all the shareholders. Management at Disney now plans to do everything we wanted them to do. We wish the best to Bob, the management team, and the board. And it would seem that Mr. Iger's first couple of months back as CEO have been very productive for him after this. I think more of this Hulu story actually has come out since this article was written too. I think he's kind of said a little and hinted a little bit more toward it being potentially sold as opposed to being purchased, which is kind of insane to me, because I don't know if they just are going to go all in and be like, put everything on to Disney Plus, the way we do internationally. If
you could hear his voice during the cast, there was a lot of doubt on Hulu. You could definitely hear it, which, I'm okay with Disney.
It's the highest subscriber of the things they own, though. It has the most subscribers of the things they own. Yeah. I see a lot of promise for Hulu, especially too while it's still, is next day for whatever shows are on the other networks. The apps that already have those shows in their library, they can also adopt that same style format if they already don't. And then at that point, like, I'm already at the world now where I cannot get rid of Paramount Plus for some reason, so I'm stuck with CBS. I can't get rid of Peacock, so I'm stuck with NBC. I have Disney Plus, so if they just loop the ABC shows in there, like, it's all good. And then Fox is a part of Disney too. So I'm like, at that point, I don't necessarily need a Hulu. And finally, you added the age restrictions more with Disney Plus, so that way you can open the door for a lot harsher shows. So whatever would have been made for Hulu, put on Disney Plus, just like it is internationally.
I do
that
like
realm.
I do like a lot of the Hulu.
I do like the originals.
Content.
Yeah. I think they have like cool movies that end up on there sometimes, like Palm Springs. I don't know if you saw that one.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's very good. I think the thing here though is that when we're reaching a new level of essentially the company, like, remember years ago it was like Miramax, that's a whole nother thing, or Touchstone or whatever, all these sub studios so that it wouldn't be like Disney's name on it. I think now we're at that point where they're like, we really can't kind of hide behind this anymore, because if they put everything, like you said, like if Predator ends up on Disney Plus, it's branded with Disney, whether it's on a different little thumbnail or not. I have to go to a Disney app that says Disney to watch that rated R very bloody movie. And that's the part that I think maybe is where they're like maybe weighing their options. I don't know. I'm not in that thing, but that's going to be a really interesting thing, because now we're moving to a new area where people are basically going to accept, yes, there is rated R content, which is already out there on Disney Plus right now in the US, whether people see it or not. I mean, look at Daredevil's on there. I think we've passed the peak of Hulu. I love Hulu. I still have Hulu because I don't have cable. And the problem, the idea behind what Hulu originally was, which was all these networks coming together to kind of have their content on this app that people who didn't or did have cable could watch the next day, that's kind of gone away, because now it's only just a couple of people putting the stuff in there. So once that kind of goes away, I do get it. It loses some of that that functionality to it, which is what I'm using it for. But I don't have Peacock. I don't have cable. And I just read that Peacock is no longer going to be offered for free with those cable subscriptions that it's been offered with coming in a couple of months. So I think that's going to change their structure a little bit over there too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
But the thing is, Peacock is making a lot of good stuff right now, so they should be charging for it. And everything that you had to pay for Peacock was never on the free version of their app anyways.
Right.
Like, they always limited it. They tried to get you in, like, you can watch The Office on Peacock. Well, on the free version, you can watch, like, 2 seasons, and then you can't watch anything
We
past
also
that.
got commercials in that one too, right?
The
Advertisement?
The $5 level of Peacock has commercials in it for all programming. It's the $10 level that gets rid of the commercials.
The
But
commercials aren't that bad.
I don't mind commercials. I don't.
Well,
I
the
have it
$5
for
commercial,
everything.
it's only one commercial in the middle of the show. Because I was watching something the other day and I was like, oh, one commercial, I don't care. But I'm not.
Rhino, just pay for your apps.
I don't want Peacock though. I don't. There's like 3 things on there to watch.
No.
I bought those shows. I have
Peacock
a physical copy of all those shows. I live in an area, I hate to break it to you, it doesn't work. The problem is the apps that I pay for, if it does not work at my house for me to be able to watch it without it constantly refreshing or doing something, I can't. I'm not paying for that. Paramount Plus, that app.
Is that the app or your Wi-Fi?
It's I'm not the only person that lives in a low Wi-Fi area either. That's
Yeah.
that's the other part that bugs me about this is everyone speaks like everybody has great internet in the world and
we
they're
don't.
the only people who deserve to watch content and stuff like that. And like and I hate like yeah, we're privileged in that way, but there are a lot of people in low income neighborhoods. The internet sucks no matter what they do.
So it is the Wi-Fi, not the app.
It's the app and my Wi-Fi is also terrible. I'm working with a double-edged sword. With Paramount specifically, their app is awful. In the thing I'm using it for.
Disagree.
Craig, what are you watching the app on?
What am I watching?
What are you
Apple
watching
TV.
on? Okay, I don't have an Apple TV to watch it on. So therefore, on my device that's using a different app, it doesn't work very well
Sounds
on my
like someone
device.
needs to treat themselves today.
I know.
Literally.
I'm just saying.
You have that
That's what I'm
Apple-
trying to say. Not everybody has an Apple TV.
You have the Apple card. You can literally. It's like $8 a month after you buy it on there, and you do it in the monthly
I'm not
payment.
Apple
buying
TV
it.
is
I'm
worth
not-
it.
He is so. I'm sorry, watching you guys
I
fight
have
is like
one
watching me
Apple
and Corey
TV
argue.
in my house. God, guys, sometimes you don't pull back and look at that. Not everybody can do it. I'm not just speaking for me. I'm speaking for other people out there.
Yes.
Like, I just this is pointless.
I will-
Anyway,
I will-
I don't care.
I will
We're
buy you
moving
an
on.
Apple TV. I'll buy you an
I
Apple
have
TV.
the old Apple TV that can't have the apps added to it.
You got
Oh,
you have to
But
get the
I have
4K one.
I have the next generation of that in the bedroom where I don't watch TV. My PlayStation doesn't work with all the apps, and neither does the.
Then what do you do in your
stick.
bedroom?
That you're not watching TV.
Mama, I'll tell you in the after show what I do in that bedroom. That's where the camera is. That's how I pay for the apps. Okay, we got one more news story though, really quick here, and it's that Disneyland has announced that Mickey's Toontown will not reopen until March 19th, 2023, instead of the previously announced March 8th. Due to the heavy winter storms that impacted our construction momentum, we are adjusting the reopening date of Mickey's Toontown to March 19th. I didn't mean to have that weird air, like I was laughing at the storms because they looked pretty awful. But Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Mickey's Toontown already debuted as part of Disney's 100, but the rest is yet to come, including Centennial Park, Goofy's How to Play Yard. Sounds like anyway, Donald's Duck Pond. Chippendale's Gadget Coaster, Mickey and Minnie's Houses, and Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Cafe Daisy, I hear it's garbage, and Good Boy Grocers. Good Boy Grocers. Good Lord.
You know what looks really exciting? The park area.
Oh, yeah. I think
Like I just want to go and sit in the grass.
Yeah. I think Craig might have been on that show.
I
We were
was.
talking about how, like, we really I like the idea of the functionality of a
Yeah.
space where you can just go and sit for a minute, and it's just like this. It's not a bench. It's not a thing. It just gives you space and
Yes.
a breath,
And-
even if you don't have kids.
Right, but for parents especially, that space is
Yeah.
gonna be like, it's gonna be golden. Your kids can just run around, and you can just sit and watch them, or you can sit and have a snack, or just whatever. Feed your child. I don't know. It was a good spot to breastfeed. I don't know.
Back to
I
the
don't
children.
believe in feeding children. How are they going to learn to find food for themselves as they
You
go?
must forage.
I think Craig's been hiding fruits and berries around his townhouse, trying to get Rory to learn how to forage. Yeah, I mean that's why he's wearing the Ewok shirt today. It feels very appropriate. Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing what it all looks like. I think you and somebody might be going out there.
TBD. We just found out that our travel dates would be changing right now, so we have to look into that. Of course, after you buy flights, right?
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah. Jeez, yeah. Nothing like having that credit rolling around on your account. But, well, I mean, hopefully we'll see some of that. If they go out there, I'm sure we'll not just be able to see this, but I'm sure we'll get some great coverage of the shows and stuff like that, which is what I really look forward to. I'm not going to watch them until Craig records them. So, So,
True friend.
Yeah, guys, we got 10 minutes here. Rapid fires. Let's go. Panda, you're up first.
I'm up first. The railroad came back to Disney World, to the Magic Kingdom. And I didn't realize how much I missed it. Here, what's going
Nothing.
on?
I was gonna
Are
make
you
a
picturing
bad
it
joke. Yeah.
flying back in?
Yeah.
Like ducks flew the...
Yeah.
Hearing the real steam engine locomotives going warms my heart. Hearing the sounds and just being on it, and I love it. I love that they're not, like theme park electric trains. They are the real deal.
Did you pack up a stick with a bandana tied at the end to go experience it?
I leaned out and almost got hit by the tunnel, so I was leaning out when I filmed it.
Oh, fun.
It is fun. It's nice. There's not much on the trip.
Hands, arms, legs, and heads
Inside the
the vehicle at all times.
Yeah, I wish they would have added another couple of scenes maybe to the inside, as you went. There's only like 2 little scenes, but
Nothing will ever be
still love
enough
it.
for you. Just
It
be a
wasn't
happy
enough.
railroader.
it wasn't enough.
You're on a train. Just be happy.
And I do love the way it goes through Tron. And like the Wedway is there too. So the 3, genres of travel. I like it.
Beautiful.
Okay. Choo
Poetic.
choose you, Erica.
Choo-choo.
All right, this one
I'm
is
like, I'm
nice
sorry.
and short and sweet. It is about the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of it? Well, you're gonna hear about it soon. So, Disney has announced that the reservations for Roundup will be available starting February 21st, which is going to be in a week. So you're gonna want to get ready to make those dining reservations so that you can eat at the newest restaurant at Walt Disney World.
Jackie
You
Gailey,
can
that
do
was directly geared toward you, I believe that comment was. Please be ready to make that reservation.
Yes. Have your phone open. You can do this by using the My Disney Experience app or going to the Walt Disney World website to go ahead and make that dining reservation so you don't miss out on this. We talked a lot about it on a different dining show, so if you want to know more about it, go learn about it.
All right. Well, yeehaw.
Teach yourself.
Yeah.
Teach yourself.
Meat yourself. Cook your meat. Cook my meat.
We've got the meats.
All right. Julie, what you got?
So yesterday, or the Monday merch meeting, some of the new merchandise that had been announced, I had a few favorites. I don't know if Craig actually had time to.
We'll see. Name some.
So there was some of the Disneyland 100 merchandise, which has like sort of a retro logo, in my opinion. It's a journal set. All 3 journals for $30. I feel like that's a pretty sweet deal for Disney. $10 a journal.
Are they like full size or those teeny tiny?
I couldn't tell, and it doesn't say.
They're your normal
Average.
size journal. They look like the what are the ones that everyone had that were like the black and white black and white.
Composition
composition.
Yeah,
like
composition
Harry
books.
Potter.
That's a pretty big size.
These are, I would say these are about
But
composition
I think they look
size.
really cool.
Yeah.
I love journals. I know
Yeah, I do too.
most people love journals.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just for looks. But I also liked the T-shirt too.
I like
But
to pretend
these
I'm
spoke
gonna
to
write
me.
them.
Yeah.
And then I don't.
They also have some new Coach products that were released, and these have patches on them. Excuse me. Don't look.
Just take
Look how
Daisy
cute
off.
that is. I love mushrooms in general, so I thought that was adorable. So that's why I picked that one. This one's just a wristlet, but they have other sizes and other patches. There's a backpack too, but the wristlet's more of my price range.
Yeah, the backpacks, what is it, like $500? Yeah.
I was
Excuse
like,
me?
I wouldn't want to carry that in a theme park. I'd
Yeah.
be like, excuse me, pardon me, don't get your
Second
milkshake.
Don't touch it,
starts
don't
raining,
breathe.
And then you got to get on the monorail. You're like, what's all this stuff on me?
Stop
I didn't touch
sneezing
it."
on my bag.
Don't you dare even look at it.
I know, right? To put a raincoat on it. So anyway, and then I believe there was another Coach bag, and it had like a Mickey Mouse on it. So these are different. I don't know what show or movie these are from, but there's one where he's like fighting a giant caterpillar, and there's another one where he's like falling, and then one where he's laying in
Who's
like a
he?
little
Mickey?
daisy. Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
And these are all Coach bags.
Isn't it the Brave Little Tailor?
Is it? I can't remember. It's been too long.
I didn't pull a photo from that one. I don't think I read that one correctly. I moved on to the Dooney. I have
It's
the Doonies.
this one. It's so cute, guys. See him on the little flower?
Yeah. No, I have no idea what that's
But
from.
anyway,
it's
and
not
then-
from Bring It Lives There.
The new Doonies have the band scene where Mickey's leading the band. Look,
Oh,
The
that's
band
so
concert.
cute.
it's
That
so
is
cute.
cute.
And they have like the giant bags, wallets, like every
The Music
single
Man.
style almost. Like I see a tote, I see the like traditional, like there's a satchel, wallets. I mean, crazy amounts of. Even a magic band in this print. But the most exciting thing are the new little plushies for Easter. They're so cute.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, Stitch is the cutest. You put Mickey. Oh.
You didn't specify, did
I
you?
so did.
Oh, oops. My bad.
I actually followed instructions, but Craig
What does
can't read
Stitch
apparently.
look like? Does he just have bunny ears?
No, look how cute he is.
Oh,
He's way cuter than that ugly Mickey in the bunny suit.
He does just have bunny ears, just so we're clear. Okay. They're like wrapped
But
around
there's
like
a
a
Mickey
bow.
and a Minnie dressed in their little bunny outfits. There's also a Winnie the Pooh dressed as a bunny. I love anything dressed as a bunny when it's not a bunny. I just think it's cute.
You'd love my dogs have bunny ears. You'd love my dog,
It
especially
reminds
Rocket.
me of the Cadbury bunny tryouts, you know?
Oh yes, I know what you're talking
And
about.
it just is super cute to me.
You know what I love about that commercial? They still show it in its correct aspect ratio.
That
When
it's
they show it, yeah,
shrinks
it's still shown in 4:3. I'm like, you know what? Just start showing old commercials that are still around. Like,
don't they do that with the Hershey Kiss Christmas?
Yes, the bells.
Ding, 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 ding. But they stretched it, didn't they? I don't know,
It's
but
the
it is
same
the old one
commercial
because it's like you
where
can
they
tell that it
sing
was
the
filmed
ding,
on like
ding,
video
ding,
or
yeah.
something.
yeah. What I want is like the 7-Up bottle cap still running around. If people
Oh,
still
yeah.
drink 7-Up,
I don't even. That's what I would drink when I was sick.
Wait, alert! Did you guys know Sierra Mist is going away?
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
it's Starry now.
Is it the same thing though? It's just rebranded.
I think they're trying to mimic Sprite a little bit more, so add a little bit more of the burst of the fruit rather than the focusing on the refreshing taste of the.
It's so weird.
The
I mean, you wouldn't
seltzer with
rebrand
it.
Coke or Dr. Pepper.
Well, Sierra
I
Mist is
remember
not a
when
big
Sierra
product
Mist
for
came
them.
out. Do you guys remember that? You
Yes,
remember that. You
I
have
remember.
that.
Yeah. No, it's
You might not,
Sierra
but-
Mist is
No.
not a big product for them, so
Yeah.
that's why they're trying to appeal to people who would normally drink Sprite.
Just
Sprite
give it
owns
the axe.
Just call it. I
Yeah.
think they should just call it.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah, they should just call it
You
Prite.
could go with right, or you
Right.
could go with right.
Oh my gosh, it just made me think about the birdcage. He needs his Pirin tablets.
Just with the S and the P is scraped off. Well, thank you, Julie. I think also there was some Oswald merchandise that might have like been released today, or there was a preview or something. I
don't
thought
know.
that's what you were excited about when I looked at it really quick, but
It's-
he was not.
Yeah, it's the next part of the D100
I was like, I have
releases,
not
which
laid my eyes upon any
the
of that.
Disneyland stuff was so cool. I took advantage. At least over the weekend, I'm not sure if they're still running it, but they were doing 25% off plus.
Oh.
Then it was 25% off and then free shipping over 75 or whatever. And since our annual pass discounts are 20%, I was like, you know what? I'll order
yeah.
online and take the extra 5, and I'll just get over 75, so I get the free shipping with it.
mean,
So
it's
I
not
ordered
hard to
crap
get up
I
to
don't need.
75.
Yeah. Now I'm broke.
Do you want to talk about something you got to do?
Yes, I am. So this is, I'll try to keep this brief but fast at the same time. I
Wait,
think that means the same
that's the
thing.
same thing.
Yeah, that is the same thing.
I will give you more synonyms.
Yeah. So a couple weeks back when I was in better health, I was very, very fortunate that Disney invited me out for something extremely special. And I
Before
was...
consumption took him.
Yes, before...
Like Nicki Kidman in Moulin Rouge.
Fantastic. Yeah, so Disney invited me out for something very special. I was invited out exclusively to be there for it, which was nice. I had the red carpet treatment rolled out for me the entire night, but it wasn't about me. It was actually about the cast members because without being part of it as like a guest of a cast member and just being in how I was, like that's the only way that you can go and be a part of it. And I know that didn't really make a lot of sense. So let me try one more time and wipe away the Craig
work
talk.
For it.
You can only get into this party if you were invited by Disney PR like I was, or if you happen to know a cast member who has hit a milestone celebration. And they do these parties every year for cast members once they reach the 10-year milestone. And then they're invited every time they hit the next 5-year milestone. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, all the way up. I did. Well, I mean, I think it goes without being said. And for this party in particular, they went up to, you could probably guess it, 50 years, because this is the East Coast celebration. And they do one in Disneyland, and they celebrate service awards throughout all of the world at Disney places that have cast members working. And this is specifically on the East Coast. So like, it was kind of cool. I was there for an hour and ran into one of our old sales partners, Jack, from way back in the day. And it's I didn't expect to see you here, but yeah, anyone who's on the East Coast, whether it's a Imagineer, Disney Cruise Line crew member, anyone celebrating that milestone, they get to come to this party. For 1 year service awards and 5 years, you get nothing. You got to get to that 10 mark. What they get once they go there, I was only allowed to take photos while I was there. I wasn't allowed to take videos, and I'll be honest, I felt uncomfortable the entire night. It's first off, I did not know that there was a dress code, so I went wearing there was a dress code. Yeah, it was supposed to be like smart casual, so everyone was wearing like slacks. Some people were wearing jeans. People were dressed up very nice for it because it was a big party, and I'm a goof walking around in a button-down shirt and shorts because it's Florida, it's hot outside. So I stuck out like a sore thumb the entire night wearing shorts, and that was very, very uncomfortable. On top of the fact, too, that like once you hit these milestones and you get to be part of these parties, it's literally like everything is included. They closed down Magic Kingdom early, and the party started, I want to say it was somewhere around like 6 o'clock. And you enter in by your year. So the 50 years got to come in first. So those cast members started in 1972, if I remember correctly, because this was 2022. There was only, I think they said 15 of those cast members.
Wow.
So that was like, and then they went down from there, and then 45, 40, they all got to walk the red carpet that they set up on Main Street, that I got to watch them set up super quickly. It was pretty cool getting to see it turned around from the day guests to then this event happening. And then like once you're at those levels too, they have like special receptions for the longest cast members, where they get to eat in like Cinderella's royal table and be our guest, and
they bring out the Dom Perignon.
They get a lot. But well, hey, speaking of that, the most impressive thing to me besides the characters is every single quick service location, I believe, was open, and it was all free food. Anyone could walk up and order whatever. And so like while I was there, I got corn dog nuggets, I got a pretzel, I got a Dole Whip. Like any place that's open, you can go and get it. They had buffets set up all over the place. The thing that all cast members know about is their legendary shrimp. It's shrimp cocktails that are set up. I like literally every 30 feet in the park, you hit another giant bowl of shrimp.
We got that trash can.
I will be perfectly honest. I did not see anyone switching it out throughout the entire night.
God.
So that shrimp,
ice, you don't have to.
That shrimp was sitting out from whatever time they put out till like
you must be from the South,
11:30.
Rhino, but you think it's okay to leave it out.
Oh no, God, no, I would never.
Yeah, it was.
You get the shrimp cocktail the second you get in, or you don't get it at all.
That would have been my method as well too. I opted for no shrimp cocktail, but it is their legendary shrimp. They serve 5,500 pounds of it while
imagine
they
the
go
trucks rolling up, filled
With shrimp.
one U-Haul after another, just bursting with shrimp, waiting to be de-pooped, whatever you do.
Deveined.
Deveined,
Yeah.
that's it.
Deveined.
Saucy.
Saucy. On top of that, too, the other cool things that they did for the cast members there, like they had a special showing of Disney Enchantment, which most people would say Disney Enchantment, boo. That's the 50th anniversary fireworks show that everyone hates. But they do it special. So, like, it started off as Wishes. and then they moved into Happily Ever After, not the full shows, just like small portions of it, and then finally went into Enchantment. So they had like an extra long fireworks show, but then like hearing wishes in the park is just there's something else with it. Like I miss that show.
Anna would have boohooed
so much.
And I'm sure she's been to that party, but
yeah, she has
she's
has
been
to be
for
10
more
or
than 10
15
years, yeah.
So she would have been, and she would have been happy with it. Boohooed, cried. Okay,
She would have been booed and
No.
boo-hooed.
yeah. Was it boo earns or boo?
boohooed.
Oh,
Because wishes and happily
I
ever
was
after.
saying
She's the person who cries over fireworks. I know she is. So
gotcha. No, we know people here that do
Exactly.
that too. And
nothing
then
wrong with it.
the amount of characters they had was insane. They were all over the place.
Tell me the
nonstop.
most obscure one.
Yeah.
Not the most obscure one, I will say, but the most popular one. They had the
And I'm
hitchhiking
Gus.
ghost right outside of the Haunted Mansion. This had the longest line by far, but like in
do
between
look
their
really cool.
sets,
Yeah.
they also had like the ballroom dancers come out. I was too I couldn't even get close enough to get a photo of them. Like they
they
did
dancing?
they did a full waltz
With
in
Hetty
front of the
there?
Haunted Mansion. It was
Beautiful.
just
I love that.
it was crazy, but like there was a
Where
lot.
did they find the see-through people? Sorry.
Where are all the see-through
people? I mean, come on. Yeah, it was. Very nice little lighting trick that they used with it. Stitch had a friend with him that I know was one of the other 620,
Angel?
however
pink?
many.
Was it the
might
lady?
have been Angel. Is
Did
that the
it
yellow
look like
one?
Stitch, but she
There
was
is
pink?
another one besides
No,
Angel.
yellow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
another
okay,
one.
that's
Yeah.
a different one.
Oh, that's a rare.
That
That's
was my
super
first
rare,
time seeing that one.
then.
The
Would
Wally
Stitch have the
was
6
there.
arms, or was he regular Stitch?
It was regular Stitch.
Yeah.
Wally was there, the one that moves around. I know it's been to like Expo and stuff, but I love that. The coolest parts were when we first went to Adventureland. No one had made their way back because then you realized it takes 2-3 hours for the 10-year people to finally make their way in and down Main Street. So for the first couple hours, it was empty all around. And Raya was just hanging out in Adventureland, just waving at people because no one wanted to go over and meet her. And Miguel was there, which always love seeing Miguel
Me too.
I wouldn't say I don't like using rare as much
Yeah.
with the characters. It was just there were so many that you're like, I've wanted to meet them for the longest time, and
But
here they are. So
When I say rare, did you see Sir Hiss in a balloon? That's what I'm talking
didn't
about.
see no
Sure,
no
it's in a balloon. Are you talking from Robin Hood?
no
That's how old I am right now.
yeah no one crazy.
We all had a crush on him. Let's not talk about it. That's for the after show.
Yeah, but it was incredible though. Disney cast members obviously go through a lot. I'm talking frontline cast members. They have to put up with a lot to be able to get to that
This is
mark
a
where they
wonderful
finally get to do
celebration.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for everyone who works in a very stressful corporate job, they obviously earn it too. Anyone who puts in that much time with a company deserves something like this. And I was blown away because I'm like, I know what Universal does for their team members, and they definitely take care of them at their milestones, but not like this. But then again, Universal just announced while we were doing the show that they've moved their starting pay rate up to $17 an hour. So I'm sure
Effective immediately?
Yeah, I think it was effective immediately. So now,
Ryan, come back.
now Disney cast members are going to be like,
Who's that?
let's do that for us too. But they wanted $18, so it's going to be. I think they're going to have to settle for 17 in all of this. But that's neither
Still
here nor
something.
there.
Yeah.
The party was it was something else to see. I don't think I will ever get to go with anyone as a guest to it. So it was very cool to be able to see it
I would
that.
like to take a moment and say that I would gladly accept an invitation to one of these parties. I am actually kind of annoyed at all my friends who are Disney cast members who have now gone to multiple celebrations and never thought oh, you friend I made while working there who worked with me for 8 years.
And you probably
wouldn't
are-
want to go.
You're
So
probably
close.
a great +1, Rhino.
I am a wonderful +1.
Yeah.
I'd take you.
I would eat the shrimp.
Yeah. And then I'm going to say it too. I held off from saying it. I mentioned it in my article because I talked about my first time at my new Fantasyland media event way back in 2012. It's been that long now. That was my first time ever drinking in Magic Kingdom. And obviously since then they've made alcohol available at the table service restaurants. The bars were set up even more frequently than the shrimp. And the nuts one was there was one bar walked past and they had Corona and Bud Light sitting out and it's oh that's a weird setup. Looked behind it. the amount of wine bottles stacked up was more than I've seen at any event prior. But you know what? It's so cool that like these cast members literally get an open bar, get to do that. I'm not trying to push anyone to be a cast member. Don't do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I've known about these parties. Obviously, when Magic Kingdom shuts down early, you hear the fireworks and you know it's something special. You maybe know someone who is gone, and you always kind of wonder like, what's the peek behind the door? And I got to see it. It's really, really cool. So I wanted to
Craig
share
was
it.
like the kid who stayed up too late at the adult party.
Yeah.
Kind of wandered around his pajamas.
Listen,
I like the amount of people who probably saw it, might have known who you were and been like, what the heck is that guy doing here?
well, I saw one of the people I worked with
Did he
at
bring the
Universal years and years. Like I haven't worked with him at Universal since I haven't worked there in years. I worked with him back in like 2011, and we both looked at each other in Casey's and just like, oh, hey, you're here. You're here. It's like you felt like you had imposter syndrome and something. I would love to go
I
back.
work in corporate.
Anyone wants to invite me back, like Rhino, I would happily go anytime. Congratulations to all those cast members who
Yeah.
made it to that. And
50 years, I
very
cannot
cool.
believe.
Yeah.
That's the crazy. That's
No.
like, that shit. I had a manager who was like an original Jungle Cruise skipper, like 71, like or whenever he was like he'd worked here like when it opened, and I was just like, wow, that's
Look at that dinosaur.
insane to me. How do you not have skin cancer? Like I don't get it.
It's
That's
true.
what I always think. I'm sorry, I know it's bad,
Sunscreen.
but the Florida sun
Sunscreen.
is unforgiving. Yeah.
Unforgiving. But I'm done with that now. Thank you, Disney, for having me out there. And yeah, I really appreciate it. It was very cool. And so if you want to read more about it, because I got into more depth, I posted more pictures of the event. I wish I had fireworks video. Like, I really wish I would have, but they said no video, just photos only. If you want to see all of that, read more about it, head over to wdwinfo.com. You can find it on the homepage right now. Thank you.
I yield my time.
You're the
Thank
Florida
you
speaker.
for sharing that with us. I just want to remind everybody again, since we're wrapping up here, we're going to transition into our Patreon after show after I eat a heart-shaped donut over there. And so we hope to see you there, patreon.com/ what's this called? Disunplugged. And yeah, I wish I was kidding. Yeah, so thank you all for being at the table. Thank you, Craig, always for your support and helping and for putting the script together for me and everything. And thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And that's going to do it. We'll see you next time. Bye.